Matt Cross, Brian Zane. Idea to Million, we'll talk about. I'm going back to Brian Zane's history. Again, I'm not here to only introduce my history for testimonial or for any other purpose. Most importantly, I would like to have all of you after this video think about, if this guy can do it, why not me? I can do that too. That is the attitude we call Matt Cross attitude. I want to relate it to everybody, every single of you. Make sure you can turn your idea into multi-million income and multi-million success. That is what I want to elaborate my own history and go into little detail. I talk about the school, I talk about how I getting started, warm up to design product. And by having a good mentor, which is Joseph Cosman. Now, this is Joseph Cosman. I was able to talk to my friend in school, Chris Thornock. She was able to gather almost 16 to 17 students doing a little tiny crowdfunding from the class where I was in school, Center College of Design, Pasadena. She was able to gather $25 from everybody and then purchase the Joseph Cosman's course. At that time, you can tell it's a printed paper and also voice over the cassette. So the cassette is Joseph talking, the reading material is print out. That is approximately under $300 or over $300, I forgot. So we're able to fund that with everybody chip in. So when the course and the product mailed to Chris was kind enough to set up a cassette with a cassette player and broadcast this class during the lunch in school. And we were able to join in and listen and study. And meanwhile, every student is able to get the printing material, a copy. So I do own a set of copy too. Until even today, I still kept them. So it's entire class showing his student how to turn the idea into product and sell to, at the time, Kmart, Sears, and Fedco and mail order, and Walmart also at the time, Price Club and Costco. Those are the big players at the time called massive market. And the mail order was very, very, very big. And there was Sharper Image, Brookstone, Hammaker, Schremer, Sky Mall, all kinds. But they all fade away after internet. Because the internet, the technology, the power of the technology, it's really, really making every old form of trade, old form of doing business obsolete. So now, after I learned the class, I learned the course, I find out, hey, the market needs a better sunshade. Even at the time, the sunshade already selling $2.99 and $3.99 as a retail price. I came up with an idea. It's the idea from a bandsaw blade. The bandsaw blade was folded and shipped it to whoever want to use them. I was the one broke the pencil blades when I was working in school in the model shop. The blade was a huge, gigantic, so I had to hold both ends and not to get people to hurt because the teeth is very, very sharp. So therefore, I have turned into the storage area and asked for the assistant of storage to give me a new set of pencil blades. Then he said, why don't you tape this guy up, loop them into a smaller shape, tape these guys out through to the garbage bin. I said, okay. Then I've done that. I returned back to him. Boom. He threw me a pizza box, exactly like a Pizza Hut delivery box, threw it in front of me. He said, take it, install that blade back to the machine. I said, no kidding. I just throw up a big, gigantic pencil blades. You give me a little shitty box. If this match the machine, I opened the box. He was laughing at me. I thought, holy macaroni, I got idea. The pencil blades actually is a big, big circle, infinity circle around it as product. Then you can install in the pencil machine and start running it. And then because it's so big, they are able to use the foldable method, twist and fold into a smaller pizza box. That gave me an idea. My mother had a cap, riding a bicycle, go out, and because the sun is so bright, so she used that, pop up a sun hat to cover her face while she was riding bicycle to work. That brings up my childhood memory from the pencil blades right away. Give me an idea how might as well use this folding method to do the automotive sunshade. Bingo! I got the idea. I went ahead to put on the writing and making a couple lousy sketches like a chicken scratch, and then put the idea in the paper. And I was told that could be true, that could be not true, but I was under the impression when a student design product or they have a new concept for the class, for the school, the intellectual property right belongs to school. So I was little confused. So in order for me to learn about all the whose own whose right, I decided to design two items. One, putting my foldable pop-up sunshade idea put aside to create another idea for the class. So after the class, I was able to revisit my concept. At the time, I don't have money to buy fabric, so I have to cut off my back sheet to the size, and then went to a retail store, the back end, the garbage bin, to dig out two metal binding loop for when in the old time they don't bind the shipping package with the tape or other than the plastic stripe. They use material, metal thin material as a stripe to bend up the shipping cotton in order for the shipping box keep in shape rather than pop up open in case being damaged during the shipping process. Boom. I asked my lady friend Joyce, I said, Joyce, do me a favor. I know you have a new toy. It's called electricity powered sewing machine. It's a desktop she bought. She can carry it. So I asked her to make a two loop sew on a one back sheet. At the time, it's like a 50 inches by 20 inches type of 40 inches by 20 inches diameter to put the two loop on. Boom! That is the pop-up automotive sunshade. here we are. And then overcome the other Sunshade. Let me adjust the camera. And that is the CD cardboard Sunshade. From that point on, I knew this is good product. And I eventually go study a little more and make a second sample out of it. And then I went to pattern to learn how to do the pattern from Joseph Cosman's class. He does teach you how to prepare to file pattern. And I am not a good writer in pattern, nor I am good, nor I have a good knowledge about how to go through the procedure. So his class totally changed my life. After I learned from his class, I was able to configure step 1, 2, 3, how to start my entrepreneur, and meanwhile have my simple idea and small idea put in through the pattern protection procedure in order for me to continue to run the design and modify the design, and also doing more production ready sample. And then after that, I'm sorry to say that, but that was true, and I utilized some of leftover scholarship money and went ahead to call a DuPont distributor and order a nylon taffeta and nylon ripstop material. Right now we call polyester. So I ordered 1,000 yards, and able to produce almost 1,000, near 1,000 different quantity of spring shades at the time we call. And then I was testing in swap meet of Pasadena Rose Bowl and swap meet in Orange County, Los Angeles area, and sell them. The first week, the whole damn near 1,000 quantity being sold. I was selling $20 per shade. I have my classmate help, my friend to help, stand in front the booth I rented from the swap meet during the weekend, and then we were unfolding, pop up the shades, and with the black and white packaging and illustration, we're able to sell them all. Wow, that was first confidence I gained from the real consumer, from real market. Even $20 compared to $2.99 and $3.99 product. Wow. Then after that, and I was doing a modification for whatever procedures. At the same time, I walked into a law firm, and lucky enough, the second law firm I visit is in Central City, Los Angeles. The lawyer is Charles Schultz. He helped me to pattern the first pattern, although there is a lot of problems later on because some knockoff, that's a different story. But that lawyer helped me to progress the procedure. I got my pattern after 16 months later. I got my pattern, my first pattern. That helped me to protect the item. But that is the history of how I started my small, simple idea and start running my entrepreneur. Later on, I was selling my product to the company called FECO, 9-store local in Southern California. And the buyers is it's I went to meet the automotive buyer. His name is Butch Wakasowski. Wasakowski is a great guy. He said, God damn it, go back to change your packaging from black and white, back to the color. Damn you, how do you sell a product with a black and white package? Go home, change that, I'm going to send you a PO. No shit, great. I packed myself right away, dashed out the selling office, went home to do the color packaging. Now, I have a different story about these. And then after that, the business will grow like boom. From Fatco to Brookstone to Hammaker Schremer to Sharper Image, which is all this considered as mail order company. And then go to Price Club and go to other Pace Club, Sam's Club later on, and then going to Costco and going to Pep Boy, going to Target, Walmart, Kmart, boom, nationwide. That is how I make my multi-million-dollar as entrepreneur. We talk about, we have more video talk about how that details in my course, but this is the synopsis about how to make small idea into entrepreneur for my first idea and selling to the market. And also I reached $3 million sales when the same month I graduated from Art Center College of Design with my master's degree. Wow, what more can you ask? This is typical American dream. If I can do it as a foreign student, as a foreigner, and speak thick Chinese accent, how come you cannot do it? You can do it too. So that is a point I try to make. You can do so. But get yourself ready. Learn how to generate or find a good idea. Just like the spring sunshade. It's a 2 or 1 piece of metal loop sewn on a fabric. What technology are you talking about? There's no fancy technology, only sewing machine with one loop with spring load feature and one piece of fabric. Your mother and your sister at home can do the sewing machine, can make one of the items. Easy, but massively produced. If I'm not over-exaggerating from the first day I produced first spring shade to today, we sold more than 1 billion pieces or billion pieces being sold around the world. Go imagine. If you can come to learn from the Macross Brian Zing and then design a product, can generate $1 billion piece of $1 billion or multi-million dollars and generate multi-million pieces without sophisticated technology, without sophisticated material, without sophisticated production process, without sophisticated packaging, merchandise, boom. You can generate your multi-million in an easy, simple way rather than deal with all the headache with the design, engineering, material selection, manufacturing process, financing, and logistic and storage and managing the whole sophisticated system that takes too long a time. For one beginner of entrepreneur, not to worry about your sophisticated technology. Don't get overwhelmed by the fancy technology or whatever it is make you look good or fancy. You don't need a fucking like a Steve Jobs to make your own multi-million. Leave those people alone. Bill Gates' words, not yours, and Warren Buffett and Tesla story. Those are very good fancy stories. including Steve Jobs and whoever, and Facebook, leave them alone. If you want to generate your multi-million dollar, start from simple, start from easy. After you have that multi-million dollar, then boom, you go to challenge Steve Jobs. Go to dig him out from heaven or wherever. Go negotiate with Warren Buffett, find out what you can do. But at the point, as a beginning, as a starter of entrepreneur, find a simple idea to generate quick multi-million dollar with simple process, simple concept, and simple process to make your own multi-million dollar. Okay, that is what I am here for, this 20 minutes video. I try to not make too long a video because you may be tired to listen to me. But if I can do it as a foreign student come to the US enjoying American dream, you can do so. Remember that. Thank you very much.